Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Martin. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed members of Temporary Peace Convention, ambassadors, distinguished guests, it's with deep humility and immense gratitude that I accept the Temporary International Peace Award, not as a personal honor, but on behalf of the State of Qatar, its people, its principles, and its leadership. It is a recognition of what Qatar represents in the world today: a steady voice for peace, a defender of dialogue, and a nation that does not waver in the face of hardship. To stand here in Ireland, a country whose peace was earned through reconciliation and moral courage, is profoundly meaningful. Your journey affirms what we in Qatar have always believed: peace is not given, it's built. I am reminded of the late John Hume, who said, "The basis of peace and stability in any society has to be the fullest respect of the human rights of all its people." However, today, I speak to you about my story. I'm not speaking to you about my story, but the story of the proud people of Qatar. I am often asked, what guides Qatar efforts from Gaza to Afghanistan, from Lebanon to Ukraine? Some have claimed that Qatar does this for its own gain. This cannot be further from the truth. Our work is not transactional. It is transformational. It is not a tactic. It is a national identity, shaped by culture, driven by faith, enshrined in the Constitution, and inspired by the leadership. His Highness Sheikh Tamim is a model of leadership rare in today's world. He does not simply govern. He feels he's putting his heart and soul in every duty, from the needs of his citizens to regional and international peace. He sees the people of the region and innocent people around the world as his own, grieves for every life lost, and envisions peace as his legacy. Words cannot express my pride in His Highness the Emir. I had the honor to serve my country under his leadership for over than 10 years, and will be honored to do so for as long as I am able to. It is his wisdom, passion, and determination that I personally draw from the inspiration to propel me and all my colleagues forward. This award comes at a moment of great significance. Just a week ago, our country came under direct missile attack, an escalation amongst many in the last 2 years that changes the parameter of conflicts in our region. But even as our air defenses did their job, our diplomats were doing theirs, securing a ceasefire by dawn. Most importantly, dawn broke with no lives lost and no human cost. That realization led to choice of restraint rather than retaliation. At that difficult moment, while we were discussing with the Emir options of what our next move will be, he decided that as long as, thankfully, no lives were lost in the attack, none shall be lost. The choice was restraint. And I must be clear, Qatar chose restraint from a position of responsibility. because we prioritize regional stability and the well-being of all in our region over the rhetoric and petty show of force. And frankly speaking, we do not want to be among the countries who are in the club and preaching something and doing something else. So we are trying to at least practice what we preach. We have long warned of the dangers of regional spillover and of how the reckless behavior of the government of Israel risks widening the conflict beyond repair. The price of ignoring those warnings is being paid not only in Gaza, but across the region. The ever-expanding conflict in our world today have put to the test the ideals and principles that are supposed to secure international peace, the blatant violations of international law, and especially international humanitarian law that are ongoing, with very little accountability and complete impunity, perpetrated by members of the United Nations, are increasing every day. The erosion of trust in international order and norms. Nowhere is that tragedy more visible than in Gaza. The images from there are unbearable. The loss is unspeakable. Yet, in the face of devastation, Qatar remained unwavering in the commitment to the people of Gaza, whether it be through continuous aid, actively working toward peace, or defending their dignity. In the international arena, not only the people of Gaza, we remain committed to freeing the remaining Israeli hostages despite the Israeli government's apathy towards a peaceful outcome. A human life to us is sacred, regardless of political or any identity. Their suffering weighs heavily in our conscience and strengthens our resolves. Even when provoked, even when attacked, we remain committed to peace, not as a slogan, but as a duty. Our armed forces protect our sovereignty with courage. Our diplomats build bridges in silence. And through it all, our people stand united. As Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, "Shall I not tell you what is better than the rank of prayers and fasting and charity? It is reconciling people." To the next generation, those who are watching from afar, do not believe that peace is naive. It is harder than war, but it is worth every effort. It is stronger than cynicism and louder than violence. On behalf of the people of Qatar, I thank you. I thank the Temporary Peace Convention for this recognition, and on their behalf, I accept it with the humility and with renewed commitment that Qatar will remain a voice of calm, a partner in peace, and a friend to all who believe that dialogue must triumph over destruction. May we remain faithful to that cause. Thank you.